There are reasons to not do this. Many reasons, in fact. I look around at the soft bodies, the relaxation, and the idea that you might get copious amounts of time back. Time to do nothing, perhaps. For some reason, I can't do it. I just can't. At this precise moment, it is requiring all of my willpower to stay put while putting finger to keys. I am caught up with my work, caught up with my other work, and the sun is shining. My bike sits waiting in the back of the van, my kit still drying from the last ride. High humidity making dry a foreign concept. Flat roads, no hills, just waiting. Also in the van are my running shoes. My swim shorts are there too. A short swim would get the blood going, my heart rate up, and might just settle down the mind. Sport, athletics, they often get downplayed in the creative world, as if there are lesser activities than talking photography or art. Mention a love of football or cycling and you will often be met with noses in the air, light contempt as if you just killed a brontosaurus with your bare hands. Mention bird hunting or fishing and expect to be castigated entirely, as the same person orders veal or lobster and can't see the irony around the ego. Endurance sport is another matter entirely. Why on earth intentional, purposeful suffering? Intentional suffering is odd, it's strange, it's peculiar, and nearly impossible to comprehend unless you're in the middle of it. Suffering triggers something in us. I can quit any time I want, but I don't. Why? What does the blood and data dump of extreme exertion and exhaustion do? Why is it so addictive? And why do I find it so necessary to tap the full potential of my own mind and body? Perhaps we're talking about limits. Outside my window, a guy sits drinking bad coffee and smoking a cigarette. The cig has a brown filter, which in my mind tells me it is legit. Full tar, full nicotine. Hey, if you're going to be a bear, be a grizzly. I get it. This man, unknown to me, looks as if he's never worked out in his life. His posture is bad. He lacks any kind of muscle tone, and he looks far older than his age, whatever that may be. But he looks happy. He does. My pointing him out isn't about judgment, just an anthropological study. Perhaps the caffeine and nicotine do for him what 40 hard miles do for me. If you think I'm joking, then why does the human brain have receptors built in that are designed to engage with the opium poppy? Good question, right? Imagine being trapped under the ice, but managing to break through at the last minute. Imagine thinking your chute malfunctioned, only to see that canopy bloom moments before impact. Imagine hearing the terrifying sound of an IED, but realizing you and your mates are untouched, unharmed, and intact. Endurance sport is like that. But it's like that at the point you reach your breaking point, the point where the body loses out to the mind. This is what I'm talking about, that middle earth of the brain, dancing between lucidity and a 4-alarm fire, talking to yourself in a way that eliminates everything but honesty. And here's where things get interesting. The same opportunity to tap into the pain also applies to my photography. It's not quite the same journey, but the destination has the same address. Things like endurance cycling use physical pain to trigger the cerebral engagement. Photography uses a mental anguish, if you will, to bring on a form of mental pain that can only be extinguished or fed, depending on how twisted you are, by making great images. And when I say great, I mean it. Forget the bullshit of likes and retweets. I find all of that so embarrassing. I'm talking about those once or twice a year moments when it all comes together and your mind is focused enough not to screw it up. And you know it when you see it, and you effing know it when you have it. That is what endurance is about. I need this feeling. I have to have it. I can't function without it. I can't create without it, and I don't want to create without it. This is why I ride. This is why I run. This is why I push beyond.